here. All right, another okay week. Y'all, a few minutes get up in here. As you come in, remember give me a sound check. Let me know everything is all right. You are first, Mr. Hicks. Live from Rock, live from Raleigh, North Carolina. No, what's up from Raleigh, North Carolina? You checking in from Raleigh, North Carolina. That's what it is. Okay. Oh man. Hey, Mr. Hicks, you got you got a YouTube page, right? I know somebody else that was telling me they had a 'cause I found preacher, right? I found preacher and stuff. Good to see he well, it's good to see he back at work, but it's kind of I guess if he gets up here and stuff, get an update about his niece. I know he said his uncle passed away. I think his niece was in critical condition, if I'm not mistaken. But checking to see on that and stuff. 'Cause it's something else I need to ask him too and stuff. He might come here a little bit later on. Let's see who else I'm looking for. Some water flow. I need 'cause I seen some stuff posted. I ain't want him to get involved in it. Oh, man. Yep. So other than that, I guess you see Governor Roy Cooper, he extended the stay at home order and stuff for North Carolina to what, May the 8th. So guess people in the house another 2 weeks in. And so they starting to open up stuff now and everything and stuff. And so I don't know, man. People real funny style. It's like when someone tells you to do something, someone tells you to do something and stuff, man. It's like we gotta do the opposite. All right, truck and blue money and stuff. Yeah, if I and schools for the rest of the year. Yeah, so yeah, schools are done for um the rest of the academic school year and stuff. So I see a lot of the southern states and stuff, like Florida and everything. They open up the beaches and stuff like that. Georgia done open up, hair salons, nail salons, and stuff like that. So it's a bunch of nonsense, man. I'm gonna just say, um, if people don't want to take care of themselves and stuff, then that's fine, because it's a serious it's a real serious thing, man, to be hit by that, because what people don't understand is they're you know people like, well, if you get it, if you get it and stuff like that, um, you know, there there's no your body doesn't produce any kind of antibody to fight it off. You see what I'm saying? So if you get it out your system and stuff, you can easily catch it again. You know, you can easily catch it again and stuff, man. If it's anything like that cup, it's no joke. It's really no joke and stuff, man. Like I said, I even took it. I ain't make no jokes about it, but I did take it for granted. Going outside with shorts and going outside with shorts and flip flops, no socks, in the middle of all right, preacher, what's going on? Yeah, just going outside and stuff, man. Just doing reckless stuff. And so I don't know if it affected, if it got to me and stuff or whatever, and then going to all them hot spots, like, you know, not dressing, not being prepared. I mean, that's just being reckless and stuff. And then I'm doing all this coughing, you know. Oh, excuse me. I almost got it out of me, but all this coughing and stuff like that, man, just being real reckless, So I'm like, I mean, shoot, hey, I don't take it for granted and stuff, but I mean, still, it's just, people say they say dumb stuff like, well, I don't know anybody personally and stuff like that. I'm like, shoot, hey, I don't know anybody personally either. But the thing is that there are people that's being affected. There's people that got affected and stuff. And so, oh yeah, preach. I mean, while we on the subject and stuff, let's see, did how's your niece doing? I know you spoke about your uncle and stuff, but your niece, how's she doing? Cause it was something else and stuff that I wanted to talk. It was based upon I had a chance I had a chance to watch all your videos and stuff like that, and so um she yeah I had a chance to watch all your stuff, and I'm gonna say this before you make your move, right? Before you make your move into independent ship, make sure you got a clean bill of health. Make sure that you good all the way across the board and stuff. She's out the hospital just okay. All right. But yeah, before you make that move and stuff, make sure that everything is clear across the board. I understand, what's going on with your, you know, um well, what's going on and stuff like that and everything. Just make sure that that's straight before you do anything. So, cause right now you on what you on light detail and stuff like that. So, um, give your body a chance to heal 100%. Cause you know when you step into the other side, man, it gets real. And you know that's one of the perks about being that's one of the perks about being a company driver is that you know the insurance and stuff is their policies are a little bit better and stuff. I mean, you can find something better. You can find something better on the own operated side and stuff. Is just enrollment is gonna be the biggest issue. Okay, you can find you a good policy, you can find you a real inexpensive policy. It's just the enrollment and stuff, and then with everything that's going on now, and any kind of preconditions what you might have that kind of you know messes the process up and stuff. So um, just make sure you straight on that part there and stuff before you make any moves into independent ship. And it's only because of that and stuff, guys. You know, a lot of people feel like they don't need it. You know, they got the money for the coverage and stuff, but they just well, you know what? Hey, I'm Superman, and then something happens like well, we just gonna work, and then whatever bad happens and stuff like that, we feel like well, we're just gonna be struck in with death and stuff like that, and that's the end of it. And that ain't what it always is. It's like shoot, um, what happens if you don't die? But whatever condition, whatever condition happens to you and stuff, it takes a hold of you, just like having a stroke, for instance. You know, I learned that there are different type of strokes out here and stuff. You can have, a stroke where it paralyzes the body, but then you also got uh, strokes of the eyes and stuff. You can have what's called it's called central retinal occlusion. You can have a stroke in one of your eyes, and you know it can damage your vision and stuff to you almost blind in one eye and stuff, right? So you need both eyes. You need both eyes and stuff to see and stuff if you're gonna be taking, like the physicals and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of, you can get waivers and stuff, but shoot, you gotta live 3 years with the condition. Ain't nobody about to hire nobody. You tell somebody you ain't, you just got one eye and stuff, man. Shoot, by trying to hire you. If the insurance company find out and stuff, then they really gonna sock it to you then. So, you know, um, yeah, it really bothers me and stuff. Sometimes people talk and then they talk about, well, I need to be working on this, need to be working on that, and then oh well, whatever happens, happens. No, you know, I'm good now. Yep, I am good, 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 good. Yeah, very thirsty. I see. I was trying to wait to see if what's the name was gonna upload something. Um, I know it's coming. I give him enough time and stuff. I'll see if he upload and stuff. But I'm interested to see where he gonna be at though. Since he want to talk about the season thing and stuff, I'm trying to see just how seasoned he is and stuff. Is he, you know, is he seasoned to perfection, or he just, or is he just, do he look good? Do he look good and stuff? Or when you bite down on it, you find out, oh no, no, not him, not him, not him and stuff. I tell you what though, don't worry, you know, don't worry yourself, trying to guess who it is and stuff. 'Cause when he does it, I'll let you know. I'll let you know and stuff. I just want to give him time to see. I just want to give him time and stuff to see if he's gonna practice what he preaches. you know. Um excuse me. Cause I see some more kind of little stuff that's starting up again that shouldn't even be started. But I don't want to see people get. He just got home after 8 weeks, man. You you kind of came home at a good time and stuff, man. I wouldn't be in no hurry to try to get back on the road. I wouldn't be no shoot 8 weeks, man. You need a couple. You need a couple days. And I know every. In fact, I'm surprised 8 weeks and stuff. I'm surprised they ain't bugging you now and stuff. Like, hey man, what you doing? Like, man, get off this YouTube and come over here and do stuff with us. Taking off a week, okay? Cause you got plenty to do. You got plenty to do, man. Between cutting the grass, washing clothes, getting caught up with that getting caught up with everybody and stuff. That's what's gonna be the thing there and stuff. But let's see. I guess ain't nothing. I don't know. Besides the stay at home order stuff being extended in some states, I guess ain't really nothing been jumping off. Like I guess now on my end anyway and stuff. It just been I don't know, man. I'm sick of running this northeast, man. I mean, it's just if I can do North Carolina to Jersey. If I can stay in that area there and stuff, but it's just this let's see, putting the air brake compressor on my truck, new airlines and the dash rack. Let's see. Rats ate them up after 10 years of being part. Ooh, speaking of rats, I gotta get my car moved. I gotta get my car moved and stuff. 'Cause I got it parked in the barn like a dummy. And that's rolling around and stuff, man. I'm trying to get this car up and running and stuff. Man, speaking of cars, man, let me tell you, children will break your heart, man. Like my niece, my niece and stuff. I bought this Chevrolet Trailblazer and stuff. I know it's kind of off subject, but I bought this Trailblazer. Just off the cuff, it was a real good deal and stuff. The guy that sold me the car and stuff like that. So, you know, all my cars and stuff are two seaters and stuff. So I figured I need an SUV just in case, I decide to entertain and stuff like that. So, um, I get the Trailblazer and I didn't want it, right? Cause it's a six. I want an eight. So, um, my niece, my niece doesn't have a car. Period. She don't have nothing to drive, and so she has two children. She has two children. So I said, man, shoot, that's perfect. I said, huh, I got this Trailblazer. I ain't doing nothing with it and everything, so shoot, go around there and get it. You can have it. So they kept bugging me and stuff about where the truck was at. So, I tell them where it is. They go around there, right, where it's being kept. And so, um, the guy who keeping my vehicle and stuff, he also runs a store and stuff like that. So, he closed the store down just to go over there and get everything prepped up and stuff, man. And they went round there and said that they was coming back and never went back. And I've been trying to call them to see if they wanted the vehicle, and they wouldn't even tell me. You know, in other words, they didn't want it. You ain't got nothing to drive. You ain't got nothing to drive and stuff, and but you didn't want it. Cause they get their little they got their little stimulus money and stuff like that, and they feel okay. That's supposed to float the boat and stuff, right? I'm trying to give you something so you can move towards something better because you need something now. Keep your stimulus money. Keep your stimulus money. You got something to drive now and stuff. But typical spoiled children behavior and stuff, man. I mean, that's what it is. So I'll take it. Yeah, but these children, man, I tell you, boy, it's just I don't know. Yeah, I was doing that last live. Okay, that last live, I kind of got upset, right? I kind of got upset about what happened that Saturday and stuff, right? I kind of got upset about what happened Saturday and stuff, and so I wanted to address that and everything, and so yeah, I guess I really was kind of everywhere and stuff on that, and so, but my thing is, it's like I said, when I do these lives, I try to keep it about trucking for the most part, and then you know, if you can learn from my situations and stuff like that, then I kind of put it on out there and stuff. But um, people, like I said, that there are people and stuff that talk to me personally. They personally have my number that can reach out to me and they can talk to me. And It's just it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate for you to talk about your personal feelings and stuff on my live feed. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk to me and stuff, okay, fine, talk to me. But don't put on the live feed and stuff, and then you know people looking at it and stuff like that, and they wondering what's going on and stuff. When it's it's really of no importance. It's of no importance and stuff, man. I mean, if you're going, and like I said, it's just it's funny, you know. Only on the live feed and stuff that you got to get up here and stuff, and then it's not even important anymore because I spoke my piece about it, and I don't want to speak about it anymore. I spoke my piece. That's it. I'm done. And it's on some relationship stuff. It's on some relationship stuff. To be truthful and honest and stuff. That's what it was. It was a relationship, and the relationship isn't anymore and stuff. I spoke my piece about it, and that was that. I don't need to speak about it anymore, cause I know what happened. The other person know what happened, and that's it. You move on. But you don't have to get other people involved and stuff like they mediators or whatever and stuff. I mean, if I needed mediators, I would go. I would make it about mediating and stuff like, okay, hey guys, can y'all help me about this relationship I'm in and stuff? Or so, ain't none of that. You know. And the other thing was that, I mean, you see some people in live feeds and stuff like that, and so like I said, it's always something dealing with family. You know, it's always something dealing with family. So I mean, you might see every now and again somebody in the family might jump up and say, "Hey man, listen, hey, what's going on?" But that's it. But they got to be all up in the video, all up in the video and stuff, interjecting, adding their little 2 cent in and stuff, and then hey, make it about me now and stuff, and then when that don't work, that's when they go to calling you, interrupting your feed. They know when you go on live and stuff like that, but they got to call you anyway and disrupt the feed and stuff, and so now you done lost track, you done lost focus, stuff like that. So, that's what it is there. Say, I mean, I don't pimp. Yeah, so yeah, that's what that is, Dan stuff. So again, just pardon my dust on that. Y'all got to excuse me. This guy was, I don't know, man. He doing some rather funny stuff, man. Want to make sure he don't get hurt in the process. Man, this used to be a all right place once upon a time and stuff, man. I don't know what the man this spot now is just ugh, it's dead. Yeah, yeah, I mean, even before the 1943 hit and stuff, man, it was I don't know, man. This one of these spots, man. I used to kind of get happy and stuff. This Petro over here in Scranton, I used to get happy, man. I come over to this spot now. It's like shoot, I don't know, I'm gonna stay in the truck. It used to be an okay place, man, but hmm, let's see. Prior to the ELD mandate, what was the normal rate for freight? Before the ELD mandate, the rates they were about the same. I mean, they were about the same and stuff. I was charging when I was with Road Runner stuff, I was charging in dry van 250 minimum. I was doing 250 minimum on Northeast, and then when I went to Big Rock and started doing refrigerated, it was I went two I went 275 dry and 275 dry, $3 refrigerated before the mandate. And when the mandate hit, cause what happened? Let's see. I was with Big Rock and stuff for 6 years and stuff. So they went to ELD in 2000 July 2014. That's when they went ELD, and so the rates pretty much stayed the same and stuff. It was, yeah, the rate stayed the same and stuff because you were in competition with people who you were in competition and stuff with people who had it versus people who didn't. And so, the ones that didn't have it, there was a more abundance of freight and stuff. And because of that abundance of freight, they never raised up the rates. You see what I'm saying? So as opposed to someone who was on the ELD and stuff, as much as we wanted to go up on the rate and stuff to compensate for what we weren't able to do and stuff, we couldn't do it because everybody was most of the people were still on they were still on paper. So they just they just depended more on their trucks and stuff. So um 14 and 15, they were saying it was a bad year and stuff, and that was because um a little backstory. Let's see. Don't know if you remember I asked you advice about let's see. Don't know if you remember I asked you advice about leaving company to 1099. Well, I did, but I think I switched at a bad time. Okay, all right, Mr. Williams, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Let's see, Mr. Cunningham. All right, to answer your question and stuff, the rates never changed because there was no unity there and stuff. It was people, it was people who didn't have it. It was people that didn't have it. They had more freight than they knew what to do with and stuff, but they never asked for a rate increase. They weren't gonna get it. The people that was on ELD and stuff couldn't ask for it because there were so many people that weren't on it. And so when 2018 came, when 2008, by the time the mandate came in, most of the people during that time took advantage of the fact that they can make the money. So what they started doing was buying glider kits. They were buying glider kits, older trucks, and stuff like that. So when the mandate, even before the mandate hit and stuff, you saw everybody switching from. They started switching from the new trucks to like 99s, 98, stuff like that, or they got a glider kit. So with that transition, okay, with that transition and stuff, you still got people, and then you still got those and stuff. They got workarounds and stuff like that. Even on the ELD and stuff, they running, you know, for whatever reason, stuff like that. It's not. There's not a change because there's not a shortage of people saying, you know what, hey, I can't run this. I can't run this and stuff. They still offering loads and stuff. They still offering lows now and stuff. Even like in the Northeast, they say, well, see, anything. All right, on the Northeast, when a person tell me I got a load and it's about 500 miles, that's when I got to kind of start to back up and say, okay, well, look, what time does it deliver? And they tell me tomorrow morning, I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it and stuff, man. Anything around 500 miles, I start getting shaky. So, but you still got plenty of people and stuff that they got workarounds and stuff. They still got these workarounds and stuff like that. So see, it ain't nothing for them. And my problem is, Either I'm gonna get held up at the shipper, or I'm gonna get held up in a traffic jam and stuff like that. And it's guys I see, it's guys I see and stuff on the regular, always running. They always run. I mean, they run in circles around me. And so, what can you do? Because nobody wants to unify and say, well, hey man, listen, um, let's set this thing right. Even now with this, even now with this COVID, this was the perfect time. Right, this was the perfect time to set all things and stuff in order because corporations did it. They got a lot of regulation and stuff that was kind of hindering them. They don't have that problem anymore. And see, but we as truck driver, we didn't get in it. We just essential. We went over here, we picked up freight. Some of us even died, and nobody came up and addressed any kind of issue and stuff. But you see, uh, uh anybody that's posting some, the end of trucking Armageddon, trucking is dead, trucking is this, trucking is that. You see what I'm saying? The black smoke matters that went down last year. Nobody participated in it. So now, you know, this is a perfect time right here for participation. This was the perfect opportunity, and we let it slip through our fingers again. So it's not gonna be an increase in nothing. In fact, it's probably a decrease now. So um, we don't have to. We don't even have to unite. We don't have to unite. We just got to be organized. That's all. If we get organized, if we get organized and stuff, we'll have this thing beat. But we let the perfect opportunity slide through. Everything is, people start feeling the blunts of. They start feeling the blunt of it, and all we had to do was just finish this thing on off and stuff and say, hey man, listen, why is it that why is it now the same loads and stuff that the DOT and everybody else want to shut us down for driving, or we losing our jobs and stuff like that for going a minute over our time? Now these same loads are critical infrastructure loads, and you giving me a sheet of paper that let me drive pretty much how I want to, even on the ELD. Everything, most of the stuff now is critical infrastructure load. It's always been critical infrastructure, but now, okay, you pick the load up, drive until you get tired, drive until you get tired of stuff, and then if it take you an hour or 2 hours or whatever and stuff, you well rested, you can get back up and start driving again. The same loads you do now and stuff, 2 months later are gonna be the same things that's gonna wind up getting you put out of service. Same stuff, you know. We always complain about paper towels and toilet paper loads and stuff like that and everything. Always they load it on the floor and stuff like that. They load on the floor. We at the ship in the constantly all day long and stuff while they unloading this stuff. Now it's critical infrastructure load. Pick it up and run it. You know. Um. Let's see, Mr. Williams. Okay. Yeah, we did talk about the 1099. Um. We say, well, I did, but I think I switched that up. It depends on where you went. It depends on where you went, cause rates aren't where they going. Rates aren't where they supposed to be and stuff. But what's the average? What you paying average on load? No, as far as fuel, $2.45. That's the average. So you can't expect. I ain't when you say 2.45. I mean, you go some places and stuff, man, almost like a dollar. I pay what, $1.98 in some spots. So you see, with with the crude oil and stuff, with the crude oil and stuff, you ain't paying no money on that. Diesel fuels at an all time low and stuff, so they just lower the rates. They lower the rates and stuff to compensate for the fuel. And so um it kind of it kind of hurts you and stuff. It kind of hurts you and stuff with the rates and stuff like that. Now, the other thing I want to talk about with 1099 and stuff is that you know it was something that it was something that you got to do, but you got to do quickly because if especially work for an own operator, if you work for an own operator and they doing 1099, that's usually somebody that's not good with money. I'm gonna just be real with you. It's gonna, if you work for them long enough, they running me, but they asked me to take a 5 cent, okay, 5 cent pay cut. Okay, yeah. See, people who run 1099s and stuff are not people that's good with money. And I'm gonna just keep it real with you. People who run 1099s and stuff, they're not good with money because the thing is, they got the money, but they're not very business oriented. These are the same people that got raggedy trucks. They got some of the raggedest trucks that you can see but their equipment and everything is raggedy, but then their cars and stuff like that are BMWs and Mercedes and all that other stuff there. They stand in a $500,000 or $600,000 house. You know what I'm saying? You look at their cars, you look at the way they dress and everything, they always fly. You know, even though you supposed to be out here, you out here in the clutch. You see what I'm saying? You in the oil field and stuff like that, and you coming out there with Armani suits and all this other stuff here and everything, driving, an SUV that you just got washed 10 minutes ago. You see what I'm saying? People who run own operators who run 1099 are not good with money. They're not good with managing their money in the right place. And so sooner or later you're gonna run into a situation where they say, you know what, I can't pay you. I can't pay you this week. I can't pay you this week. Something happened, everything and stuff like that. Once I get it straight, I'll cut you a check. Some stuff like that. So um the 1099 it has its advantage, it has its disadvantage. But the disadvantage is that they just not they're just not very business savvy. You see what I'm saying? They're doing it because it's the easy way. It's low hanging fruit. They're not trying to go through the whole notion of, you know, set things up, set things up the right way. They want you to drive the truck. They want you to just drive the truck and hope that everything and stuff works out. They can't keep drivers in their trucks. But if you can't, but just like anything, it's a season and stuff. Yeah, just like anything, it's a season and stuff. And then when the season is going good and you just happen to be in there at the time that the season kicked out, you're running there, you'll get your money, and by the time they start showing their tail, you already got what you need and you out of there. It's just in this situation here and stuff. Um, this situation here, they running off the spot market. They run out the spot market. They don't have a lot of contract freight. Yeah, of course. I mean, of course they're gonna say it's temporary. Of course they're gonna say it's temporary stuff. I mean, that's just, you know, um, that's the correct thing to say. That's the correct thing to say and stuff. But the reality is that it really wasn't no need and stuff for them to cut your pay by 5 cents. They didn't have to do that if they was doing money correctly. But um, it working with the Russians, it's not just a lot of people feel is Russian, but it ain't just Russian. It ain't just Russian people. I mean, it's owner operators. It's owner operators in general and stuff, man. When they talk about 1099 and stuff, man, you can get ready for your money to be played with. Bottom line. That's the whole aspect of business. That's the whole aspect of business because if you go to the Russians, just like you know you go to the Russians, just like you go to the brothers or you go to the Arabs or whatever, you'll always see a commonality amongst every one of them. If they are own operating stuff, they got the raggedy equipment, but then when you look at their personal stuff, they got the best looking car you can find, brand new, brand new, always detailed. Uh, See, Chase and Andrew. Hey, Chase and Andrew going live and stuff now. So I'm gonna jump. We're gonna go ahead and jump on off here and everything. I'm gonna see what's going on over there, and then we'll go back live again and stuff. What time is it now? Is it 7? Okay, 7:18. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check out his live feed, get a shower and stuff like that, and then we'll go live and stuff. I say around 9, just to finish this conversation up here and stuff. So. Um, yeah, so y'all guys and stuff, check him out. We'll be back up here and stuff at 9 o'clock and stuff. So, um, yeah. So y'all stay tuned and stuff. This your man here, Red Rooster. I'm out.